Okay, we are back after a short break trying to do some things, to get some things ready and working again. I am now live on Facebook and YouTube at the same time, hopefully. That should be the goal. Yes. Okay, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to do. So we should have access to everything. I'm going to go back to my Skycams over here. Currently have an updated advisory. The National Weather Service has now upgraded areas of Forsyth, Barnesville, Milledgeville, all in a winter storm warning. I'm going to go ahead and pause this and show it. In the latest update, the National Weather Service has issued a winter storm warning for Butler, Forsyth, Barnesville, Milledgeville, Gray, Woodland, Haynesville. The reason for the issue was heavy snow and additional snow accumulations up to 1 to 2 inches already on top of what's fallen. So we're going to go ahead and pull up that area and go ahead and show you what's happening over there in one of those areas, hopefully. I'm going to try to pull it up at least. That's Fort Valley. I don't think not quite in Fort Valley yet. But we're going to go to Forsyth. We're going to pull one of these slightly more north cameras, hopefully. That's working. Problem with Forsyth, apparently a lot of their cameras are currently not supported or down. I had a great camera view a little bit ago that I lost. Sadly, so I'm trying to find it. Here we go. There's my awesome footage. This is in Forsyth, Georgia. Already starting to accumulate on the side of the roads of Highway 75. Not good for these people who are currently driving up there. Up and down. We're also still watching areas like Fort Valley as it starts to make its way across Fort Valley here in the next 30 minutes or so. And the latest update from the National Weather Center, they have issued a winter storm warning for areas of Butler, Forsyth, Gray, and Milledgeville. This includes for additional 1 to 2 inches of snow on top of what's already fallen. Currently, what's reported is some areas have a half an inch of snow that's already fallen in these areas. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to look at other cameras in Fort Valley to see what our best view is as its rain starts to transition from rain to a mixed precipitation to a snow. Forsyth. Where's our... Okay, our one and only camera in Forsyth is down that we have available at our reach. But we do have one in Butler. It's in an intersection. Currently don't see much on the ground like I do in Marone. But you can see it through the Skycam. Let's see. I guess let's go take another look in Columbus. and see the heavy snow that's starting to fall in some areas. Trying to find a great camera view that has footage of the road. Here we go. That's actually a pretty good camera view. This is in Columbus, Georgia, where an inch to an inch and a half of snow has already fallen off of reports. So currently monitoring that over there in Columbus. We got Macon, that's not too far. So Macon is not too terribly much further from this starting to mix over finally. I want to say a lot of these areas that are starting to see snow are starting to see it at 35, 34 degrees. Which is great because on top of that we have winds up to 10 to 15 miles per hour. That is making visibility low in some of these areas that have a little heavier spots. So I'm going to go back to Forsyth and see if I can get my camera again working. None of those. That one's down. Here's another pretty good camera view. Here's another camera in Forsyth. We're watching. You can see the snow starting to build up on the side of Interstate 75. Or Highway... Interstate 75. With all these cars and tractor trailers flying down. We are currently live on Facebook and YouTube, tracking the winter storm as it makes its way across central Georgia. We got another update. Far south. Got another update from the Storm Prediction Center issuing concern for 26 counties for heavy snow for portions of southeast Alabama and western Florida and south central Georgia in the next hour. Oh, that's going to be this that's right here. So this is just them talking about heavy snow being available within the next hour or so of around, for locally, an inch per hour possible over the next few hours of snowfall. This is going to be one of those systems, y'all, that might overperform some than what was originally forecasted. Overall, starting to snow a little earlier than kind of forecasted, and it's moving a lot slower. So it's something to keep an eye on. We'll see what other cameras I have in some areas. Starting to see maybe a little areas in Warner Robins and Macon might be getting ready. So I'm just going to see if I can find a camera. One of those areas and see what's happening. Let's see, no live camera feed. Got one. Trying to find one along the interstate that is the best lighting. Ooh. A lot of these cameras are not currently working, which is very inconvenient for us. Here we go. Here's one over Interstate 75 in Perry. Maybe. Let's try this again. Here's one of Interstate 75 North in Perry. Currently it's just still some heavy to light rain falling, but this is expected to transfer it to frozen precipitation of some type within the next hour. Range is currently 7 o'clock in the morning here, and we're forecasting snow as it makes its way through central Georgia. We go ahead and go a little further north into Houston County. Here's a camera on Highway 96 and 41. That I think froze on me. Lovely. Here we go. Still kind of same story. It's kind of in a spot where there's not much precipitation currently happening, but that would change over here within the next 30 minutes to the hour. We go ahead and head a little further north into Centerview. We're going to pull up a camera there. Maybe. Centerview is about the same story. Let's see here. Getting more things set up for us. And a live view of chat. Okay. There we go. Let's head back. Let's go look at Columbus again and look at their progression. Let's see. I'll be back in 1 second, y'all. Winter storm warnings has been updated for all of areas in central Georgia. Just now coming through. So give me a minute to look at what the updates are. The updates is just for heavy snow. Additional heavy snow possible with accumulations up to 3 inches. So overall, it's just reissuing the time. It extended it by an hour. That's it. With a couple more counties, of course, involved. Okay. Back to live cameras. Let's go ahead and take a look over here in Columbus again and check on their update. Show video. Here's Columbus currently. That snow just kind of keep adding. We go ahead and head back way over here. Surprise, Columbus is not currently under a winter. Oh no, they just added them. Columbus is also under a winter storm warning as well. Whoa. Yeah. This is just going to keep building in Columbus. If we take a look over here at radar in Alabama, lots of heavy snow. That is just going to start making its way north or northeast. This snow will start moving into central Georgia area, or is already moving through central Georgia area, but should move through counties like Macon, actually working its way through Macon currently, in Byron and Fort Valley, but should start making its way through areas of Warner Robins, Perry, Cordele, Unadilla, Americus. Actually, let's see if we have a camera in Americus currently. See if we can pull a camera as it's starting to make its way through there. Let's see. Americus is just south of Fort Valley. Marshallville. We do have a couple cameras over here in Americus that we're going to see if we can have a video of. Let's see. Still a little dark out there, so a little hard to see on some cameras. Let's see. Currently going to watch this camera right here. This has a great view of it. Currently rain in Americus, but this should start transferring over into winter precipitation within the next few minutes. We go ahead and let's head back up to Macon as they're about to be in the same scenario. Look at one of their cameras. Over here on the 475 corridor. Let's see. See if any are working. Here we go. Looks like there might. I had to take a look at this camera. Yeah, it looks like you have some frozen precipitation currently falling, some type of snow over there that you can see within this little white area. So it's starting to snow here in Macon. It will accumulate over the next couple hours to form this 1 to 3 inches that is forecasted. Concern heavy snow. Alabama. Okay. This latest update is talking about the new model run, so we're gonna go ahead, just gonna go ahead and take a peek at what it's showing. As always, the camera's right there. We're gonna go ahead and go back to let's just take a look over Houston County currently. Here's their camera. Starting to get some daylight out there, fortunately. So we should start to be able to see stuff here through Houston County as it starts to work its way through. Let's look at this real quick. It's about where it's at. Over the next couple hours, I think that was a snowflake I just saw, actually. We do actually have some snowflakes starting to fall here in Houston County. You can see it right through here on this top corner of the camera. So that's good. So starting to have some more of a winter weather type moving through here. This camera is at 96 in Houston Lake Road. So currently a little further 96 and Houston Lake Road. Moody. So this camera's right here. So currently just down the road from the Waffle House. Starting to see some snow flurries on the camera as this starts to push its way through. We're going to go ahead and go back to here. This is the hour by hour. Within the next hour, heavy snow should be covering most of Houston County. Yeah, should be covering most of Houston County and should be like this for the next couple hours. This is expected to finally push through about 1 o'clock. And after that, the snow will start rapidly melting. Unfortunately, it will start rapidly melting before freezing throughout the early nighttime hours tonight, forming black ice all over the roadways. We go ahead and just take a look over here at the 24-hour thing. Let's see what the newest model run shows for snow totals. Currently just looking at about still the same 2 to 3 inches. This blue right through here is 3 inches. This slightly darker blue is 3 to 3.5. So still showing about 2 inches through here in Houston County, with surprisingly not Central Georgia seeing the most snow possible. But still watching that, we're gonna go head back to our cameras. Well, we might have some more. I just want to say this now. Once this system moves through, we actually have 2 more to watch after this that comes next weekend. We have a system that moves through next Thursday that we're keeping our eye on, and then we have one next Sunday, I think. Once again, let me look and verify that. It is saved in my notes. Yeah, we're watching a system next Thursday. Not really too promising. Just kind of something keeping an eye on. And then we're also looking at 2 systems or 2 different waves coming through Sunday and Monday that has the potential to bring a little more coastal snow to Georgia. Current temperatures in Georgia or in Houston County is 38 degrees with feels like temperatures in the 28 or with feels like temperatures 28 degrees. We currently have winds kicking around at a whopping 20 miles an hour through areas like Perry and Centerville off of those 2 readers. Let's go here. Let's go back and look at a camera in Forsyth as it has really started to move through. There's also reports of snow making it all the way to Athens earlier this morning. So let's take a look and go back to Forsyth to see what we have there. There's our camera. So really starting to accumulate here, y'all, in Forsyth. Starting to get that thing. It's starting to come down a little more on the heavier side. Yeah. Still coming down pretty good. Starting to really accumulate on areas of the side of the roads as expected. It's going to accumulate there before it accumulates on the roads because the roads are hard to cool off and they have been salted in most areas. That was I-75. If we go ahead and go back to Macon, I should really save these cameras so I don't have to keep finding them. Let's see. Currently looking for a camera in Macon that's actually working. No surprise there. Here we go. This one works. This is ICE 475 Southway. just kind of east of Macon, a little further north. But has snow accumulating on the side of the roads also as it starts to fall. Let's go ahead and take a look back here on 96 and House and Lake to see what is currently happening. See, you can see it at the traffic lights. That wind just currently blowing through, leaving gusts up to 20 miles an hour. Don't quite see any flurries right this second anymore on camera. Don't, but that will change over here in a little while. Let's go back through here and go look at a couple other areas. Trying to look to see who currently has some heavy snow going on. We can get a camera. Might be able to pull this Butler camera. Here we go. Here's a live view over there in Butler County, or Butler, Georgia, where I say. Yeah, some snow just accumulating. Take a look. Several temperatures across the board. 38 degrees in Americus, 38 degrees in Perry, 39 in Warner Robins, 37 in Northern Warner Robins at the Macon Airport, or Middle Georgia Airport. Let's see, 40 degrees in Cordell, 36 in Americus, 32 in Butler, 32 in Haynesville. We go ahead and look at the current feels like temperatures, which plays a big role currently. We go ahead and actually let's look at this first. This is the 24-hour temperature change. We went through a 48 to 50 degrees temperature change in the last 24 hours. That is insane. But go ahead and take a look at feels like temperatures across the board. It currently feels like 8 degrees in northern Georgia, 20s in 20s through Atlanta, 28 in Houston County, 28 in Macon, 27 in Forsyth. And then feeling like 30s in South Georgia. Go ahead and look at this report that just came through. We have reports of an inch of snow already fallen in Midland, Georgia, according to the emergency management there. So snow falling pretty fast here. Some of these areas that it's just now getting into are already seeing an inch of snow in less than 30 minutes. Let's take a look at this other camera in Houston County. This is at the 247 and 96 on-ramp. If it will play for me. Here we go. Same story. The sunrise is starting to peak. And to start seeing some winter precipitation move through here in a couple minutes. About 20. I guess that's not a couple minutes, but let's go back to Columbus, see how they're doing currently. It looks like Columbus is almost done for the snow for the most part. Wherever they get now and this point on, it's just going to be some light stuff to add up. Yeah, it's still snowing in Columbus. But they got in a good trace, good inch and a half of snow there on the ground. Just enough for a nice white wonderland. We go ahead and take a look at power outages. I know I have that pulled up somewhere. There we go. Only 325 people throughout Georgia is currently without power, which is great. And if we take a look to see where those are at, they're in southeast Georgia. I'm going to go ahead and look for any updates posted. By the National Weather Service. Got some pretty wild videos coming in from Alabama. I can't show on here, but I can share it on my page. Here's a first sight thing. This is from Alex Forbes at one of their live sky cams. With heavy snow coming down in Forsyth, Georgia. Right there. One of the cameras that we don't currently, or I don't currently have access to. That is down on my end. But it works for them. Wonder why. If we keep looking. Got some pretty amazing snow falling in Crestville, Florida also. Let's go ahead and actually take a look in Florida. We haven't done that yet. Let's go take a look at live sky cameras. I might not have access. I don't have access to cameras in Florida. Let's see if I can find FLDOT cams. Let's see if I can get some live cameras in Florida pulled up. Traffic cams. Go ahead and take a look at. Let's take a look at Crestview. Florida got a lot of cameras. Here's one in Crestville. Right? Is that where I pulled this camera from? Yeah, Crestville, Georgia. Got some pretty good snowfall falling. If that camera was not frozen. Let's try another one. That one don't have. Here we go. Here's another camera out of Florida. Some pretty good snowfall on the side of the highway, I think. Interstate 10. That's where that camera is located. So, some good snowfall. Let's head back over here to our area as snowfall starts to make its way through Centerville here within the next 10 to 20 minutes. These cameras will play a nice role in severe weather season this year. Here's a blurry camera in Byron, but if you look very closely, you can start seeing the snowflakes starting to fall there. Maybe be too blurry. When I first pulled the camera, you could see it. Currently looking at some snowflakes falling in Byron. If we go ahead and take a look back in Houston County, let's go back. Here's a video in Marone. It's actually snowing really good in Marone, Georgia. Rather, that's on the side of I-75 southbound lanes. If we go back. Show video. Here's a live view of Highway 96 and Houston Lake. Still currently just waiting on that snow to move through. It's not far. Should be there within the next 20 minutes, hopefully. It should start making a transition from light rain to light to moderate snow. You might already be able to see a couple flurries in the area, but you should start having that heavy flurries here in the next 20 minutes. What else do we have? Let's see. Let's go to one of these areas that are currently seeing heavy snow, like in Barnesville. Don't have any cameras in Barnesville, unfortunately. Don't have camera. Stream not available. Here we go. Here is South Route 11 and US 41 in Houston County. We're actually starting to see, maybe, hard to tell whether that is some type of rain or sleet. Thinking it's more of a rain. We should start transitioning to sleet or snow here in a little bit. Yeah. This camera should be just off of. This camera is located right over here. No. It's located right here. So it's not too far away. We're going to go head up a road. That's a little closer to the snow action. Let's see if that camera is available. It is not. Let's go ahead and take a look in Perry. While Perry's a little further away from the action currently, they are still not that far out. Let's go ahead and take a look on the interstate at some traffic, hopefully. To see. Here you go. Interstate looking pretty open. And, well, I said that, and here comes a whole bunch of cars. We have a lot of standing water currently on I-75 northbound lane in Perry. We'll go ahead and take a look. Actually, I think we can go over some data again. Here's over within the last hour and a half. The snow has slowly started to move more of a southeast direction finally. Starting to move in places like Macon, Warner Robins, Monzella, Americus. Actually, it's snowing in Americus. Let's go look at it now. Should have some more heavier snow there. Don't have any cameras in Unadilla. Americus. Let's look at it. Oh yeah, got some pretty heavy snow currently falling in Americus. It's harder to see on camera, but you can look at the sky and tell that that's all heavy snow. That's pretty cool. Really starting to fall there. Let's look at another camera. That's there. That one don't show. Oh, here's a great view, actually. Here's one in Americus, Georgia. Snow's starting to really come down. We're also should start saying that here within the next 30 minutes, this should start to really pick up on how much falls. The National Weather Service has highlighted our area here in the most central part of Georgia, specifically going down from Milledgeville to Warner Robins, Macon, Americus, Cordele, to have a higher chance of seeing that 3 inches of snow potential. Whether that accumulates on roadways, only time will tell, and how well they salted it. But that's over here in Americus. Let's go ahead and take a look. Should start moving through center view here shortly. We'll start pulling that camera up. I would pull one that's along the interstate north of, what is it, Houston Lake, but apparently all their cameras are currently down, which is lovely. Cordele. Stream not available. Here's one that's just north. I'm going to go ahead and just take a peek and see what we can see on. Oh, here's a perfect camera, actually. Over there in Houston Healthcare, we got one in Perry of snow starting to fall. Pretty good. We go ahead and take a look at Perry Skycam on my end. Should be able to actually pull one of it snowing pretty well. Yeah. Here we go. Currently snowing in parts of Perry right now. Starting to snow here at the Central Georgia Technical College in Warner Robins. Got some heavy snow falling. Let's see. Starting. Oh, and Perry. I'm just gonna say Houston County. Wondering, I'm over here typing. Georgia. Let's go ahead and pull a pretty good sky cam, hopefully. I guess that one works. Back to tab. I just want to pull, say video frame. Hopefully we can see that pretty well. Not as well as I want to. That one. Really starting to come down in Warner Robins, y'all. We're actually going to move this camera up. Maybe. Really starting to come down in Perry also at the fairgrounds. There we go. There's our camera. Go ahead and add our picture to this. Now that that's posted, we're going to go ahead and take another look at some cameras in Houston County. Currently got a visual report that it is snowing in Perry. That is our next live camera we're going to go pull up a couple cameras in Perry of what they actually have available. There's not many. Got some light snow. Camera's just facing down, but really, really coming down in here in Houston County. We're going to go ahead and take a look at some other reports that is starting to come through. Here's an updated model run that I just want to show. The latest model run now brings 3 to 4 inches of snow. Latest triple R. So we're just going to have to see what happens. We got Gillette County has some pretty good snow. About 1 inch. Downtown Forsyth. Unfortunately, I can't show any of this on video, but got some pretty good snow falling in some areas. If you go look on 13WMAZ Weather Network. Let's take a look at some other sky cams. Still falling. Let's go look in center view, since that's where this one that you're currently seeing is absolutely just murdering the ground. It's falling pretty good. It's actually, this one's starting to accumulate on the road too. If I can find this one. Here we go. Got this one. You can start to see that it's starting to accumulate on the roadway too. So at this time, we'll currently take a 5-minute break. I'll be back in a couple minutes. And we are back. It looks like our camera over here in House and Lake Road and 247 Connect has froze. That is unfortunate. Probably has something to do with the camera. Let's take a look. We got some other ones that I want to show. Here we go. This one's a familiar one. This is at 96 in House and Lake. Over there. Here is that Kroger parking lot, of course, right through there. Starting to see some snow starting to come down. This is nice saying how hard this forecast was to do. It's actually starting to come down pretty good right through there. You know, it's one of those, it's nice to see your forecast work out after waiting for so long to trying to forecast this. I just got a video that came in. That I know I can share as soon as I figure out how to pull it up. Maybe. I gotta move some things around. There we go. Here's a video from Roadrunners Towing out there. I got some heavy snow coming down at Waffle House. Which one this one? I'm not sure. This is most likely the Waffle House in Perry. Currently verifying the location of this Waffle House. This is the Waffle House at by the fairgrounds in Perry. Got snow coming down pretty well. This video is from Roadrunners Towing. They are out on the roadways today as a service, helping people who are in need. If we take a look at another camera in Perry, we're kind of limited. Let's go to 13 and look at one of theirs. Here is the fairgrounds. That snow is just coming down really well. So that is amazing. Yeah, that snow is just falling and falling hard. As expected. Right this moment, it's currently cooling down the ground levels before it starts to stick. So we should start expecting some snow sticking here in a little while. If we go ahead and take a look at one of our other cameras. And oh, look at this camera in Moreau County. It's currently frozen, but that's the last frame we had. And it just came down through there. And this is right before it's supposed to start picking up. So, we love that. The next up in line, once I pause this. Next victims on the board. Snow is already moving through Perry. And let me do this where official reports are already coming in. We got pretty much this whole band right here. This whole band right here where I just highlighted red and outward into the snow is currently snowing. We have visual reports from on the grounds and through sky cams of it snow currently falling and starting to accumulate in some areas. If we go ahead and take a look, I'm going to see if I can expand that a little further out at around Robins Air Force Base to see what we have available. Let's see. Got that camera on 247 just before the Robins Air Force Base. Really, really windy. Can't tell if it's snowing there or not, but currently really windy. So that's my thing. If you're anywhere within this red polygon, it is snowing, and it's snowing pretty good. If we go ahead and take a look back at the Perry's, or at the sky cams through 13 WMAZ. Here is Central Georgia Technical College. It's just coming down. Take a look at any other places. Amazing sunrise over there at Circle 75 Stream. Don't see much other sky cam besides over here in Central Georgia. That is just absolutely wild that it's coming down like that. And should start to pick up here very soon also. Let's take a look back over here. Actually, let's go ahead and, I haven't looked at this, but let's see some wind gusts over the next couple hours. Currently, 18, 19 miles per hour gusts, 20s in localized areas. And that's going to be the case after the storm moves through. It'll be nice, it'll be gusty, dry, and cold. Take a look at radar simulated, radar type. Kind of thing. Start to dissipate once temperatures warm up midday. But Houston County, Macon, and a little further north will be the last areas to see snow right before it disappears into total rain. Go ahead and look and pull up some other reports. Let's see, any currently seeing to see if we can get any more pictures or videos. Currently got reports coming in that it is snowing in Bonaire, which is wonderful. And I'm going to see what other cameras I can pull up. Actually, let's go way down here in Bonaire. I think that's where I pulled that. Here we go. Over there in South Route 247 and 96 on-ramp. Currently see snow flurries coming down pretty good and starting to accumulate according to reports. Has some reports that it's starting to snow pretty well in some areas. Wonder if I can pull that picture up because I know I can use it. Might take me a second. Got some pictures of it starting to snow pretty good over here in Houston County. Trying to pinpoint exactly where. Over here on Sandersford Road. As soon as I find my... There. Got pictures in of it snowing pretty good and the dog having a blast. Let's see. Got some reports that it's currently snowing here in Kathleen. I'm going to get this photo up here on the live. Actually snowing very well in Kathleen currently. Let's see. Drive. Might take me a minute to get this photo pulled up. But enjoy this live footage of this winter weather starting to make its way into Houston County with some live camera feeds ready. I'll be back with this live video in just a second. I'm back. I'm having some trouble getting this stuff uploaded to show y'all. Of course, because that's how that works. Actually, I can do it this... No, I can't. I take that back. Make sure y'all send me some pictures in of y'all's snow forecast. Or y'all snowfall totals. I would love to see them and share them on air. This is currently sitting here at the... This is a GDOT camera over here at South Route 247 and 96 on-ramp. This is just past that Circle K and that Subway and Publix. Just past there, a little further up north, heading towards Macon. Currently really coming down. I'm getting ready to show some footage that we got from some people who sent me stuff that I'm currently uploading to get onto my computer to show y'all. It's just taking me a minute. drive. Upload. Okay, currently pulling up the first video that I got. I got a couple to show off. Fortunately. But keep sending those videos in as y'all get them. Oh, this is nice. I like this photo. I really gotta show that one. That one's accumulating in Kathleen. Just got a photo in of it really accumulating just behind my house, kinda, in Kathleen. It's always awesome to get some photos of that. And we'll upload this one, and then I can start showing them all off. Upload. Here's a video over here in. This is in Bonaire, Georgia. This is from my Papa Bill sending this video in. Gray is starting to come down. Not sticking quite yet, but it shouldn't be long. Should start sticking here in a couple minutes. With areas in Warner Robins already starting to fall and stick on the side of the roads. We got other video footage that I will pull up in just a second. This is from my wonderful neighbor. Of it starting to come down in the Kathleen area. Not quite sticking yet, but should start rapidly sticking here in the next couple minutes. And we got one more awesome photo from just beyond Kathleen. Maybe. I don't think it uploaded like it was supposed to. Maybe I need to refresh. I just needed to refresh. Here's one. Some awesome accumulations, actually, just behind in Kathleen. So this is wonderful. Keep sending the photos in. I enjoy it. I will be back in just a second. I gotta grab a charger for my iPad that I'm currently seeing chats on. Okay, I'm back. We can pull up another camera in Houston County and see how we are doing. Actually, first we're going to look at sky cams. This is in Houston County. This is at the Houston County Healthcare in Warner Robins. You'll see it. That is just some amazing snowfall coverage. Look at that. It's just rapidly coming down. We go to areas like Perry, the same thing. We're starting to get accumulations happening on roofs, the grass, and stuff. This will be a very wet snow, so you won't have many hours to enjoy it. It will unfortunately melt by this afternoon and refreeze into ice and black ice overnight. But enjoy it. This will be a very wet snow. This will be good for making snowballs or small snowmans. Take a look. Don't have it. This was at Central Georgia Technical College in Warner Robins or Bonaire. Starting to really come down. If we go ahead and take a look, I'm gonna go back to here and I'm gonna pull up one of the highway cams. Like I said, I don't think I have any cameras that show the interstate, unfortunately, and its current position. Got one that's just off of it. Here's a camera in Perry, just right off the interstate. Currently really coming down. Already have some accumulations piling up. Plenty of people on the road trying to head to church today. I know most services canceled, but if you're still heading to church out there this morning or you're on the road for any reason, be careful. It will be slick. The roads will be frozen. There will be ice in areas and more uncommon roads that weren't salted. We go ahead and head a little further north. See if we can find another camera on the interstate. Maybe. No, neither of those work. They should really get some of these cameras back up and working. That are along the interstate. Here's one just north of Perry. Actually, this is much more north of Perry. This is just north of Centerville and Byron. Starting to really come down. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and take a look at another camera in Centerville that is quickly accumulating out there. Here's another camera with a lot of cars on the roadway, but it's coming down really fast. That car was moving through there. We'll look for some others on Watson. Pulling up some red light cameras. Here's another one. You're starting to see accumulation on this tree right here. All the grass is already covered and stuff, and this event has just moved through in the last 20 minutes. So already about 20 minutes in and starting to have some a trace to maybe a half an inch of a snow possible already. Got another video for y'all that I'm going to pull up in Houston County of some more reports. That I know I can share. No. Boom. Really coming down on Houston Lake Road. Here's another picture.
Yeah, what's going on? I said,
Kathleen.
We got time to contact everybody and say 10:30 is worship.
Just really coming down out there. Heavy snow. Starting to accumulate pretty well. Out there in Kathleen, they're already sitting at a half inch
We got
of
time
snow.
to contact everybody and say 10:30 is worship.
So yeah, snow already sticking around, which is wonderful. This makes a successful forecast in the books. This is 2 for 2. Now I remember we only get these once every 7 years, and in the last 2 years we've already gotten 2, which is wonderful. We had one last year about 4 or 5 days sooner than this, I think, off the top of my head. We got that. If we can pull up any more, kind of want to just see. Wish I could see more of the interstate. Currently looking at traffic conditions along the interstate overall. All greens. There's no accidents that have been reported yet. They did salt the interstate, so that helps a lot. But let's go ahead and take another look over here at my favorite road. Trying to pull it up. There we go. Here is by Kroger on 96, that intersection of 96 and Houston Lake. Really starting to accumulate. Traffic is definitely out. Just watching it as people take it easy on the road, hopefully. It's Georgia. Not a lot of us know how to drive in the snow, so we're going to really test that this time around. First time it was heavy enough that people were more aware to not test it. This time, we're only getting a couple inches. We got some people who think, hey, they got this. So we're really going to test that here in a little while. As you see, that truck kind of went, that back end of that truck kind of slid some going through that intersection. If you missed it, you can go back on this video, I believe. Maybe. But I got some pretty good snowfall coverage. Honestly, making its way past the Warren Robins Air Force Base, and Bonaire, and Perry, and Dooley, and Americus. Let's see. Got reports that in Columbus has officially recorded 1.5 inches of snow. So I think we're going to go pull up one of their cameras. Here's another camera in Columbus. The roadways are clear, but definitely got that snowfall on the side of the roads, accumulating to 1.5 inches to 2 inches, which is wonderful. What we're watching here, we're watching for 1 inch to 3 inches of snow possible. My forecast was 3 to 3.5 prior to all this model changes overnight. Still forecasted 1 to 3. Just making sure. Going back to my favorite road. Over here on Houston Lake. And 96. Definitely got some snow accumulations going. Go ahead and look at some more Skycam actions over here on 13WMAZ Skycams. Definitely coming down in place at the fairgrounds, where you really got some good accumulations coming. It'd be nice to get some official reports of what these snowfall totals are here in about an hour, and here in a couple hours. Starting to snow now, and it should finally push through Houston County at about 12 to 1 p.m. today. So got a good 4 hours of snowfall coming. Potentially. That was of last night, earlier model runs. Could be faster, could be slower. I'm gonna take a look and I'm gonna see if I can pull up current snowfall totals according to radar. Okay. We can slightly. Pull it up over here. Nah, it's not doing right. That's unfortunate. I'll look at some other models that I have to see if I can pull up current precipitation types. Uh, I am back. Just kind of keeping an eye out. We're at this stage where it's snowing pretty good. We're just looking at some cameras and having a good time watching the snow. Make sure you go out and enjoy it because it won't be here for long. By mid-afternoon, it will all melt away, leading to black ice in the morning. So be careful with your drive in the morning. We should start having places like Cordele that should start having their fair share of snow here in a little while. Look, Cochrane should start having theirs. Dublin. Got some good heavy snow falling in some of these areas. Our live camera has, of course, frozen, without doubt. But that's fine. We're going to pull up another camera. A little further towards the action on Watson Boulevard. Here is Watson Boulevard and Carl Vinson Parkway. Really coming down. Right now, currently still people out with snow accumulating on their cars. If you have any pictures, make sure you just send them in. And we'll be back in just a minute and we'll make a post about that. Looking at this, our camera at Watson Boulevard in Carl Vinson just crashed. And currently cannot get it back up and running. This is probably due to the snow that's currently falling. And falling pretty well. So, we're going to pull up another one on Houston Lake. This one's actually an amazing shot, honestly. Looking at it. Got some heavy time snow starting to put on that little light pole. The whole ground is covered. I would say you have about an inch there. Got some more photos coming in. That I'm going to take a look at. Here's another photo from Roadrunners. Towing and Perry. Thank you for the images. Save it. Trying to get them up here. Put in a new tab. There we go. Here's another picture in Perry. Starting to really accumulate on the side of the roads there. Some of these road conditions are starting to become unsafe for driving. So please be careful. Stay off the roads if you can. And just enjoy the weather at your own house. If you don't got to be on the road, don't. Currently just going through a couple other ones. I got a camera footage that I need to go find along the interstate. I might have to share this, but we had some really heavy snow in that area. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to say that. CHOOCHEE. UNT County, Georgia. No. CHATTAHOOCHEE. In Georgia. Certain location cannot be the same. Okay. Oh wait, I might be able to do it this way. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to pull up a camera. Of some amazing snow along. I think it's gonna be Interstate 75. Yes, but I don't have access to their cameras, unfortunately. Well, I don't think so. Yeah, that camera has really crashed, but would have to probably gonna have to share this video. It'll be on my personal page. But it just shows some insane snow totals over there. Just 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 west of Columbus, over Interstate 185. Let's go ahead and take a look. Let's go ahead and take a look. I got some more pictures in from some people. So trying to get that pulled up for us to show them. Perfect. Gotta love some of these photos. Got some photos here. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this camera since it's down. This is on Peach Houston County line on Highway 96 area. Got some amazing snowfall coverage over there by the lake. That is a awesome photo right there. Just see that. And we got one other one for you. I mean, that's just a beautiful photo right there. It is definitely one to remember. It's an awesome photo. Great for a background. We do have some breaking news. Apparently, 13 WMAZ is off the air due to due to ice on their antennas. So they are currently down and not live anymore due to that. But of course, you can always follow me right here on this Facebook Live. I'm also on YouTube, and the link is shared on my actual business account on Facebook. We got another photo in from the National Weather Service of Peachtree City over here just south of Macon on I-75. This will be our first I-75 camera that I have seen. Here you go. Just a lot of coverage. I mean, it's coming down just south of Macon on I-75. This is more towards Peak Road in Bibb County. I'm going to try to see if I can pull up another. See what I can do to pull up a I-75 Perry camera. I-75. We do have more cameras. They're just locked up. Real-time traffic. There, I'm trying to see what I can show on here, and what I can't, especially camera-wise. We have 2 cameras in Perry on I-75 that they both seem to be down fully. Oh, wait. How long ago was this photo? Yep. A lot of our Perry sky cams along the interstate is currently down. So trying to figure out if we have any third-party cameras that I can show. Here's one in Perry. This is from here. Snow starting to cover the interstate and the side of the roads. You can tell over here on this side of the interstate, on the what's that? More western side, you got ice starting to build along the road. That is not that great, but very light traffic, which is fortunate. Definitely looking at more cameras in Perry. To see if we have any more working live cameras. Let's click on here. Let's see what the latest update is. Got some more heavier precipitation about to move into Houston County area. This will last for about another 10 minutes before starting to make that transition into light snow. Unfortunately, we have, I don't think, no more cameras for us to view. Unfortunately, in Perry. Yep. Other cameras that we have in Perry are not live, and they're snapshot cameras that are taken every once in a while that are currently not updated. Show the snow. So we'll go ahead and head back to my favorite camera, see if it's back to working or not. Over here in also just wanting to report we're starting to have some accidents along the interstate reported by GDOT. Just south of, trying to pull it up, just south of Perry in Unadilla, and also just north of Macon. There's 3 accidents reported. We go ahead and pull up our House and Lake footage now that it's back. Definitely got some traffic on the roadway out there, but that snow is just starting to accumulate fast. And this is due to all the moisture that we had overnight. That nonstop rain that everybody thought was kind of going to ruin our chance. No, it kept the atmosphere moist until this cold air could arrive to make this transition. I also going to go ahead and look because we have some hints at some more winter weather wonderland here in the southeast and pretty much all of the south that I'm going to go ahead and take a look at. Besides all that cold air region. Got that radar simulated. We're just going to look and see what we can find. We got some more pictures that I can show in just a minute of House County Peach Line. This is our next. This was that little Thursday event I was talking about that was kind of a watching thing, but it has definitely trended north and probably won't be an issue for us. But it's going to be the one right after this. Right here. This is what we're watching currently for the next future range. That's really far out, so not keeping a big eye on it. But definitely following, and it's not going to show up well because I clicked the wrong one. But just Just a lot of moisture in the Gulf and a lot of cool air just to watch and keep an eye on. Let's go ahead and pull up our another camera. This photo is from House County Peach Line. Amazing accumulation starting to work its way up. I would call that about a half of an inch to an inch in some areas. Always wonderful to see. Gonna go back to Watson Boulevard because that's the Chaos Road to see what's currently happening. And a lot of our cameras are starting to go offline. You can look at Russell Parkway also. Maybe. Currently watching a lot of cameras and trying to find one that works now. A lot of cameras won't load currently. Try to refresh the site to see if that was an issue. That was. Here's another camera on 247 and 96 on ramp. Or on and off ramp. Some good accumulations happening on the sides. With maybe some, maybe a little bit of ice on the roadways also. Going back to 96 and Houston Lakes camera. A lot of snow left behind to fall, y'all. A lot of snow left behind to fall. I'm going to look at for some updates. I'll be back in a couple minutes. I'm back. I was trying to get a camera on I-75 working, and I did successfully do that. Here's a view of I-75, starting to look a little messy out there. Of course. Got reports that a couple of accidents are along the I-75, with cars really moving it, as you seen with that last one. We'll see if I have any others. That one's not the greatest one. I like that one. That one works. A little update, y'all. According to GDOT, portions of the southbound lanes of I-75, just south of Perry and just north of Larry Walker Parkway, is currently closed. Due to accident. Just south of Perry and just north of Larry's Parkway on the 127 on and off ramp. Just before that is currently has lane closures due to an accident. Take a look further up the road. According to GDOT, there is another small single vehicle accident on Perry Parkway and Highway 41. Unsure how old some of this information is. Got some heavier snow accumulating along the interstates and parts of Warner Robins and stuff. We can go ahead and look at some stuff some people have submitted. This one is Houston County, or Peach Houston County line. Amazing photo. Got another one from the same area. Houston Peach line. Got another great video. Just gonna pull up in just a second. Of it really starting to come down. Over here in Kathleen. This was at the very start of it. They probably have a lot of accumulation by now. We take a look at some other cameras. I'm afraid to get rid of this. Well, it's already frozen. Okay. We're going to look at another camera in Houston County. We'll go ahead and take a look at Soft Route 247 and 96 on and off ramp. Got some accumulations on the side of the road and some ice on the main 247 road. If we take a look on Watson Boulevard, this is at Watson Boulevard and Carl Vinson. Definitely got some traffic out there that is trying to test the limits today for Georgia. Definitely, the state of Georgia is definitely closed until midday tomorrow. But got some accumulations. There, we have reports up to 1.5 inches accumulating in parts of Houston County currently. Go ahead and take a look at some other camera footage. Trying to find it. Here is 96 in Houston Lake. A lot of traffic going on currently right through there. I have seen a couple cars do a little slip and sliding right through there over the past couple hours. So definitely know it's icy. Got another picture from Roadrunner Stolen. Gotta love it. Or same picture, but gotta figure out how to pull it up first. Here we go. Maybe. Or maybe not. Trying to figure out how I can pull up this photo. Facebook. Save. Facebook. Currently just made another post showing some more footage. Here is another photo of the interstate. And this is currently in Macon, Bibb County line. Trying to pull it up. There we go. Bibb County line, trying to keep both cameras up at the same time. You can't see. Visibility starting to get low as these heavier little bands that we forecasted are starting to make its way through. This should start coming through the House County Peach Warner Robins area here in a couple minutes. Starting to get these heavier bands up here. We go ahead and take a look way up here. Starting to get some snow in Athens and maybe some Covington snow also. So let's go ahead and pull some cameras way up there. See if we have any live cameras up there in places like Covington, where there's saying there's reports of snow, but there may not be any because how dry the air is. Yeah. Currently all dry in Covington and Conyers due to the dry air. Our next little area we're going to look at is Athens. Athens did see a good bit of rain and some snow earlier this morning. We got official report from Peach County Emergency Management. We have public snow reports of 2 inches currently. So already sitting at 2 inches in Peach County. So we're going to continue to forecast this here as we go through this afternoon. Snow should start clearing through midday, about 1 p.m. with snow totals 2 to 3 inches. We already have 2 inches reported with about another 3.5 hours left. Ish. This was as of the last night's model run. No snow in Athens either. It's just way too dry. Y'all up north in Atlanta did not get enough rain through the overnight hours to support this. Still coming down pretty good over here in Houston County. If we go back, let's see. It's going to show something. Oh, yeah. It's going to post a report of snowfall totals. We have almost 2.5 inches reported in Forsyth currently. So that's always amazing to hear. You know, it's nice when you've been forecasting the snow for a couple of days, and it's a really hard one to forecast, and it works out. Not often that it does that. But in the last 2 years, it definitely has, and that's fortunate. We got 2 inches here. Trying to make a quick post. Save image as. Boom. Two inches. That was the wrong one. That one's a little further north. Okay. Posted, let's look at some other cameras. We're going to head back over there to the interstate to look at their current situation. As roads start to freeze up from this earlier today's rain. Here is I-75 northbound lanes at US 341. Well, they're definitely starting to see some ice. You can actually see ice very well, actually. If you look right here, there's some ice. That bridge is very wet. I can't specifically say it's ice. It's a little too far out. But I'm going to assume, since you can tell this is ice right here, that other parts of the bridge is also ice. So be careful driving across that and stay off the roads if you can. We're looking around. Definitely got some heavier rain starting to move through Abbeville. That should hopefully transfer into some snow accumulations here in a couple minutes. Go ahead and take a look back up here towards that area that's been still heavily getting snow, which is Columbus, actually. We thought they were done for the day, and they're not. We got some back-end snow that's forming that was not forecasted. So we're going to go ahead and take a peek and see what they're currently dealing with. What they're getting would be light snow. But snow, if that. Currently looking. Here's a look of Columbus, Georgia. Definitely got some good snow out there. If we take a look back onto the interstate, got another report. Got almost 2 inches in Thomaston Street. That was just reported. We'll go ahead and take a look. That's looking at I-75. If we go ahead and pop our I-75 camera back up there. Here you go. Definitely some traffic out there. And if we go ahead and look at traffic and reported accidents, I'll give you the latest update on that. Currently, Highway 341 is closed just past 74, Highway 74, and 341 is closed. Only one lane is open at the 74 and 42 highway marker. We go ahead and make our way back over there to Highway 75 in Perry, looking so far all green grass. We got some lane closures on Interstate 41, just south of Comister Street. Head a little further north. Looking. The accident previously mentioned on 75 and Washington Street is officially cleared. Keeping it up so far, really good for the interstate. Not much reported accidents, at least here. You head a little further north past Bibb-Macon County. It gets a lot more frequently. But that's the nature of that area. Got some great photos in throughout Georgia that I just cannot share. But a great view overall. Here's a live look of Taylor County Sheriff Office. I can share this one. Got a great look from their patrol car. Look at down there. Got some muddy conditions over there on the side. And probably a little bit icy on that roadway. But some good snowfall accumulation. Currently looking for any other situations throughout Georgia. There are anomalous reports of areas in Bon Air having 1.5 inches of snow. Hopefully we'll be able to verify that here eventually. Remember, if you're sending in snow measurements, to make sure you do it on a flat concrete surface, not in the grass. This is due to when you do it in a grass or soft area, snow melts to cool off that area of land. When you do it on a flat concrete area, it sticks a lot better. Here's Henry County, or Henry Currington from the Taylor County Sheriff's Office again. Very icy roadways or snowy roadways showing up. So this is going to show sorry, I can't think. This is showing that this lower population roadways are really sensitive to snow. Got that? I got a lot more photos coming in and videos to show off that I'm going to upload to my computer. Of amazing photos. Looking at about, I would validate the 1/2 inch in Kathleen Bon Air area after looking at these photos. I'm going to currently upload these. so that we can view them up on here. It's official. According to Alex Forbes, we have 3 inches in Monticello, Georgia so far. And I'm pretty sure places like Houston County and stuff is going to top that. If you want to see the photo, here it is. 3 inches in Monticello. Hopefully we can start getting some official measure reports on a flat surface here soon to see where we're at. As I get these photos uploaded on here, feel free to enjoy this Interstate I-75 Skycam in Perry. I am back and I got some video footage from some people.
I got snow in my
Oh no.
Harris County, Georgia has officially reported 2 inches of snow. But this is over here in Bonaire. Still snowing pretty good. Still accumulating well. A nice little video. We also got a picture right here of it, of this. This is what an hour can make. Okay, I'm gonna show you the photo from an hour ago. From there, we're gonna get rid of this camera temporarily, and we'll show you. Here we go. This was 1 hour ago, and this is current. This is what 1 hour made a difference in. That is amazing. And that's just showing you how fast we are accumulating snow here in the Houston County area. I'm going to download these 2 photos where you can catch them on my Facebook. Trying to pull it up. So we can say this was successfully and not a bus situation like a lot of people thought it was going to be. Unfortunately. Trying to pull up. I got one photo. Trying to get this other one to save, and it's not wanting to do so. It's acting like I did not. Oh. It's saying it's a whole different photo. Huh. We are going to try to do some things real quick so that I can save this photo. Actually, we're just going to reload the, or go here. Download. There we go. I will be back in a couple minutes. Before I leave, we just got to report that Jasper County in Georgia has officially reported 3 inches of snow. This is right here. Jasper, it's up here, kind of just past Gray. But they have officially reported 3 inches of snow, and I have a good feeling that Warner Robins area, Bon Air, Fort Valley, Perry, Marshville, Montezuma, Jeffersonville is not far behind that. I am back, and I got another photo I could share. Might take me a minute to get it ready because it does have people in it. Save image. That was not supposed to happen. We got another picture from, I gotta look at the location, Warner Robins, northern end of Houston County. So this was just slightly closer to Bibb, where they were expected to see a little less snow than southern Houston County. But overall, adding up really good. The person here was blurred for safety reasons, of course. But definitely got some good snow accumulating in northern end of Houston County, near Warner Robins. They're sitting at about 1 inch or 2 currently. If we go ahead and take a look back at our I-75 camera to see how we're doing there traffic-wise, we're going to look to see how we're doing, maybe. There we go. Currently, it's still snowing pretty well. Still some traffic up there. Still flying at 7 miles an hour in the snow. Do I need to be doing that? No. Because the roads are definitely icy. That you can really start to see up here on the interstate. You can see all that ice starting to build, at least on the side of the road, where traffic is less common. I'm looking to see if we have any more accidents reported. We do have an accident just south of Russell Parkway, between Lakeville and Russell Parkway, on the southbound lanes of I-75. Wow, I got another photo to show you of the change in 12 minutes of how much snow does in 12 minutes. There you go. Look at Hawkinsonville. The dog is absolutely loving the snow. I'll show you in just a second. I just gotta get it off my business account. Maybe. Here we go. Amazing dog. Got some snow accumulating as it's just now starting to make its way towards Hawkinsonville, right? Trying to remember where exactly it is. Got some more special weather statements over here. For possible mixing with snow later today. One, two, since it has, maybe. WKIN SVILL Hawkinsville. Yeah, they're just now starting to get into some of this action. Right now they got a good dusting to what will probably end up being an inch of snow so far, half of inch. That is just the start of what's to come. They're also expected to have some heavy snowfall throughout today. Go ahead and go back to what I was originally going to mention. Trying to find the photo. Here we go. This is back. This is what a user sent in about 12 minutes. This is what 12 minutes makes a difference here. You go from this at the starting, and 12 minutes later, boom, your ground is pretty much covered. That just shows you how heavy those snow bands have been. Going to take this back over here. Going to show you y'all's cameras again. Somewhere, maybe. There we go. Interstate just full of it. Full of traffic. That should not be on there. Just make sure if you have to go out today that you make sure you drive careful. Leave plenty of room for our first responders. And please move over. Let's see. Trying to look and see if we have any more good snowfall photos. So we're just here enjoying the snow. I'm over here enjoying the snow all the way from Mississippi State University. So wonderful time. Starting to come down pretty heavy right there in Perry again. As expected, of course. So as we take a look over the next couple hours, these bands are going to start moving northeast. That's not a great arrow, but we'll start moving northeast for a while and just kind of re-accumulating in the same areas as kind of forecasted for the last couple of days. Overall, this should bring us several inches of snow, and we should start getting official reports here soon, I would hope. Weather Network team. Okay. I'm going to take a look to see what we have on 13WMAZ Weather Network reports. Still trying to look at some things. I'm here. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to put it in the comments and I can answer them. Looking at Bonaire, Georgia, we have official reports of about 2.5 inches in Bonaire, Georgia. Looking at Knoxville, Georgia, they have 3 inches of snow and still falling. We have 2.5 currently in Jones County and still falling. So we're just kind of covering the basis of all the areas so far to see what we currently have. Not aware, I've been tracking this storm since 8 o'clock yesterday, or 8 p.m. last night, Central Standard Time, and still up currently at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, or 9 o'clock Eastern Time. So been at it, constantly following updates. We have almost 3.5 inches in Barnesville, Georgia, reported. Gotta love it. We know everybody here in Georgia is happy even with just a dusting of snow because it looks so wonderful. And you make people feel even better when it's 2 or 3 inches. Just imagine if we ever got almost a foot of snow again. It would be awesome. Got a nice 2.5 inches here at my house, of course, with the lovely dogs enjoying it. Looking through it. Sitting there looking pretty much at the chicken coop, which is kind of a flat surface. You got about 2 inches there. So that's always wonderful. Go back over to my thing. Where I know I had some another comment somewhere. Another photo from here in Bonaire. Just an awesome dusting. Well, this one's a little more than dusting. This is about a half an inch to an inch. But kind of awesome. And it's still going to fall. If we go ahead and take a look at the latest HRRR, we can see when it's going to move out of the area. By then, it should start moving out of Houston County at about 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So it's still got some hours worth of snow falling left to do. If I had to make a clear section, we have a very sharp gradient of snow and no snow now. If you kind of look here, here's that sharp gradient of whether or not you're going to get snow or no snow. This will probably move a little further more south throughout the day into Augusta and stuff. But within this line, this is where the snow is just moving northeast. And everybody in here is just going to get the same snow over and over. So, as we move through, still falling pretty good. Still very active on the interstate. More active than it should be currently. Where people are trying to test their patience, I guess. Go ahead and go back. I'm going to look for some more reports to see what else we have currently. Houston County Sheriff Department has said it's snowing. Please stay at home and enjoy your time with your family. As temps drop tonight, black ice is expected, making road conditions especially dangerous. Safety tips: avoid unnecessary travel, especially after dark. Avoid bridges, overpasses, and shaded areas that will freeze first. Which, at this point in time, looking at this camera right here, try to avoid all of the interstate because you can tell that it's freezing. Especially on the side of the roads. More towards the middle lane, it's a little less common because there's more traffic. But as these temperatures start to drop, here in the next 10, 15, 30 minutes, it will start to freeze. If you must drive, slow down and increase follow distance. Watch out for slick spots that may not be visible. Our deputies and first responders, including Georgia DOT, towing, fire, and of course police, are all first responders, will be out monitoring conditions, but their safety is their first choice. So stay off the roads as possible. We take a look. It's official. Florida has brought out their snow plows. Also, got just under an inch in Henderson. Here's a friendly reminder for everyone in the South. The South, it snowed. Quick, everyone in the ditch. So that's a classic, more of an interstate thing, and any public roadway. Got a couple here. The thing here is we have very hilly spots in some areas, so that is going to be the case. Here's a look at the Georgia DOT camera that I'm about to show. That's in Bibb County. This was about 5 minutes ago of probably one of their heaviest snows that is starting to make its way south, and we should start to see it on this camera right here in a little bit. As I stated again, what a rarity to have 2 snowstorms back-to-back years. It's suspicious already. We get them about once every 7 years, and here we are 2 years back-to-back getting it. Here's a look in Kathleen right here. Just that heavy, heavy snow that's falling. Yes, y'all can hear. Here it is official from Houston County School District. Snow in Central Georgia, again, 2 years in a row. Now that's a winter wonderland around here. We got a challenge for you, kids versus adults. Who's playing harder in the snow? Snow angels, sledding, epic snowball fights, or just enjoying the moment? It's a competition. Drop your photos below. You can do that on the Houston County School District page on Facebook. So go there, drop some pictures below, and compete in the war. Let's go ahead and change the camera view and start looking at a couple other spots in Houston County. Why don't we? If we go ahead and let's look at Watson. Like I said, Watson's the Chaos Street. Trying to find a camera that's currently working. Here's 247 connector at Houston Lake. There's that camera. I'm going to add that to my camera list. Some good snowfall totals. Here's 247. It's actually coming down really hard there on 247. This is just north of the Robins Air Force Base. We go down here to 96 and 247. Starting to make its way down pretty good also. You know, just your classic Georgia southern Georgia snowstorm right here. Here's Houston Lake and Russell. Oh, no, that was Houston Lake in 96. Here is 96 and 41. Some very heavy snow. You can actually see about an inch and a half up there on the power lines. So that's awesome. That should build a lot over the next couple hours. For now, I'm going to take us back over there to the interstate cam, where most of the activity, if anything, will happen. There you go. I'm going to take a 5-minute recess. I'll be back in a couple minutes. And we are back tracking this winter storm as it makes its way across central Georgia. Right now, it's starting to make its way through into Abbeville. Trying to find my mouse. There it is. Cordele, Sandersonville, Washington, and starting to make its heavier rain bands through Warner Robins currently. Currently, Warner Robins, Bonaire. Well, Bonaire might have a little longer, but Perry, you're sitting at about the last 30 minutes of these super heavy winter snow bands currently before you start moving into a lighter band. If we look at other cameras, also currently looking at any traffic conditions down the interstate. Right now it looks to be clear for the most part. We got another photo in Perry that I have to figure out to pull up. There we go. Over here editing a photo for Perry. Save as, edit. That was really a diabolical. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Here's another photo from Perry. For safety reasons, their face has been blurred, of course. But they're starting to look pretty good snow-wise also. Got a couple inches there. About, looks like 2.5. You know, it's hard for this to start accumulate on concrete because it is warmer above freezing. But it looks like you have a good 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches over there on top of the grass, as most places currently do. Take a look. A lot of traffic over there on the interstate that should not be out. Currently looking to see if I have any more updates between traffic conditions, snowfall totals, and stuff. So, yes, we got a major update. Actually, Stone Boulevard, between Stone Boulevard and what road is this? Highway 12 is closed. Oh, wait. Whoops, sorry, that's Mississippi. Still thinks I'm in Mississippi, apparently. If we go back here in Perry, got some road closures in downtown Perry currently on Macon Road. But looking at the interstate looks to be clear. Currently, no slow traffic or nothing currently. But that road is definitely freezing up fast. We go ahead and take a look at some other cameras. Let's see what we got. Unfortunately, most of these cameras are down and not working. That I would love to see along the interstate. Got a new comment that I'm going to look at. If we look, I'm gonna scroll down. Got some nice snow over here, y'all. This is from Jennifer Brownlee. So, thanks for sharing. Got a good intro too, and still falling pretty heavily. So as always, thank you for sharing. Still getting a lot of amazing photos in, which is great, of this historical snow that is making its way through. One thing I want to point out that I'm starting to see in this latest run is the dry air that's starting to catch up to the storm, and I'm about to mark it out. See here where it instantly kind of goes, oh, right here. That's all dry air. Dry air, we got the cold air, the cold air, too much cold air is catching up with it now. That might be preventing some more snowfall. We have to watch this area to see what happens. It might impact more accumulations for parts of for other parts right through here. If the dry air continues to come down like that really fast, it could have an impact on snowfall totals. And actually, I just seen a footage. Let's go ahead and take a look at some sky cams. Here's a look over Perry Fairgrounds. You got Central Georgia Tech, Rural College. A nice white clear ground. Couple inches there, for sure. Then you got some clear skies. Starting to snow in Dublin currently. Got the House of County Healthcare. Got a nice little white snows. If I go ahead and just take a look at the latest run to see what it's talking about. It kind of shows that, but it looks like it's going to pick up. Okay. Go ahead and take a look at the snowfall ratio. Yeah. Still forecasted about 2 inches of snow. Most areas have already seen above that, fortunately. Go ahead and take a look. I know I have power outage maps somewhere. Not sure where. Power outage map. We're just gonna look. We do have a couple power outages from a county in South Georgia, currently tracking 400 outages. But overall, in total, we're currently sitting at 1,600 power outages. Some of those could be affected, or some of the sky cams that I do view could be affected by that. We are now going on 2 hours and 50 minutes for this live stream, and even longer on our YouTube page. We're about 2 hours and 50 minutes here, and we're about 3 hours and 20 minutes on YouTube. So, here with this historical snowfall. Oh. Well. Well, as we're slowing down into this dull moment, I'm going to take a break, but I will keep up the live sky cams and this I-75 uh brain dead. I-75 highway I-70 no, interstate I-75 sky camera. Whew. I need some more cameras. Fort Valley, huh? I wish I had more cameras. I think that's where that camera is. Surprised we don't have a camera there in that intersection. PD car. Well, everyone, this is going to be the end of my forecast for tonight, for today. It's definitely time for bed. Over the next about the next hour, the rest of the snow is going to start pushing through. Fortunately, I do think that this dry air and this cold air is trying to get behind it a lot faster than previously thought. So the overall time of the event might be a little shorter. So within the next hour, this should start probably making its way out. We'll see. It says heavy snow for another 2 more hours. We'll see by that. I'll keep updating y'all on my page over the next 24 hours on snowfall totals. Make sure y'all send me snowfall totals so that I can put it into a system to come up with that overall goal, so that next time I can make my forecast even more accurate than this time, which was crazy to get this one right. For now, stay safe, stay weather aware, stay off the roads if you can, and please watch out for